Hi friends, here is a very simple problem. We are given this quadratic equation x squared plus bx plus q equals to 0. Now, this has got two roots. One root is square of the other root. If one root is 2, let's say other root is 4. One root is 3, the other root is 9. Something like that. Now, what is the relation between p and q? Obviously, the roots are related. Right? So, p and q must be related. What is that relation? We know sum of the roots is minus b by a. That means minus b. Alpha plus alpha square. If both the roots are alpha plus alpha square is minus b and alpha into alpha square, which is alpha cube is equal to q. Basically, we have alpha plus alpha square and alpha cube. Using those two equations, we have to establish a relation. We have to eliminate basically alpha and get some relation between p and q. We know alpha plus alpha square is minus p, alpha cube is q. In these two equations, we have to eliminate alpha and we have to establish the relation between p and q. If you look at this alpha plus alpha square, what is this? Alpha into alpha plus 1. We can write like this, right? So, this is in the form of ab into a plus b, right? Alpha into 1 into alpha plus 1. Okay. And we have a cube here. Okay. When we do cube, so for example, a plus b cube, we'll get a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b. Right, 3ab into a plus b. So we have this one here. Okay. So alpha plus 1 cube will also have alpha beta into alpha plus beta. Okay. So let's use that. Let us take this one, alpha into alpha plus 1, and let's cube this. Okay, because we want alpha cube. At the same time, alpha plus 1 cube will have a term something like ab into a plus b. That is, this term we'll get. So for example, if we cube this entire expression, then what will you get? Alpha cube into alpha plus 1 whole cube. Okay, alpha cube into alpha plus 1 whole cube. If we cube this, and cube this, what will you get? Alpha cube into alpha plus 1 whole cube. What is alpha plus 1 whole cube? Alpha cube plus 1 cube plus 3 alpha into alpha plus 1. Right. Now, this is 3 alpha into alpha plus 1. Please notice this. This is nothing but this. Okay. Alpha into alpha plus 1. Alpha plus alpha square is nothing but alpha into alpha plus 1. Okay. The beauty of this is if we cube this, again we'll get this part. Okay. So 3 alpha into alpha plus 1, which is nothing but minus p. Alpha into alpha plus 1 is minus p. Nothing. So alpha cube, this should be equal to minus p whole cube. That is minus p cube. Now what is alpha cube? Alpha cube we already know, that is cube. Let us substitute this one here. So this becomes cube times again cube plus 1 plus 3 times alpha into alpha plus 1. That is equal to 3 times minus p. That is minus 3p is equal to minus p cube. What does that mean? This one, if we do this multiplication, this will become q square plus q minus 3p cube. Or we can write this as q square plus q into 1 minus 3p. Okay, this is equal to minus p cube. If we bring this p cube to this side, this will become p cube if we bring this minus p cube to this side, what will we get? We'll get p cube plus q square plus q square plus q into 1 minus 3p. This should be equal to 0. So that is nothing but we can write this as plus q into 1 minus 3p. We can write it as minus q into 3p minus 1. Okay. So basically p cube minus q into 3p minus 1 plus q square equals to 0. Equal to 0. That is the relation between p and q. P and q. Right. P cube. What is that? P cube minus 3p minus 1 into q. Minus 3p minus 1 into q plus q square. Right, this is the correct answer. Very simple problem. One root is square of other root. That means we know alpha plus alpha square. At the same time, we know what is alpha cube. Okay, from these two equations, we have to eliminate alpha. How do we do this? Alpha plus alpha square, if we do cube of this. Okay, so this is nothing but alpha into alpha plus 1. If we do cube of this, we'll get alpha cube into alpha plus 1 whole cube. Alpha plus 1 whole cube will also have this term alpha plus alpha square, which is nothing but alpha into alpha plus 1. Why? A cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b. 3ab into a plus b, we can replace this with this minus p again. Okay? And alpha cube, anyway, we have cube. That's why we eliminated alpha from this entire equation. That's how we eliminated. Right, guys? Thank you.